Okay, let's try to play some good chess. 11 out of 11, at least 11 out of 11, Zen Monkey. And let's start with this wee little move, d4, and it'd be nice to get to a good solid start. Let's have a good title Tuesday, shall we? For a change, let's do it. At least 6 out of 11. Well, I mean, I never really make 11 rounds, so making 11 rounds is the first one. I think there was some complaints about that on Reddit the other day. Someone said he never manages. Well, this could be a nice first round. He never manages to play all the rounds. And hell yeah, I don't. You know, the unpredictability. Don't you just love it? Will I play all 11 rounds or won't I? And I think there's a lot of people complaining that I always rage quit or I finish tournaments early. And it doesn't really bother me what... Oh, he's played a move. Okay, right. What people say. But there's some good reasons why I don't always finish. I mean, time is important, right? In everyone's lives. And if I'm getting really sick with the way that I'm playing, I'm not gonna torture myself anymore by continuing to play. I had this the other day, didn't I, against Jeffrey Jean? Is that right? Didn't we have this the other day against Jeffrey Jean? Can you remember that? Where we played this idea later. I also played in the King's Head Blitz event, which is in a pub in London. It's run by Dave Norwood, who is a very successful guy. And I think this is what I did. And I had this idea against Peter Roberson, and I managed to win. That was a great event on Saturday. Chess in a pub in London. There was like, I don't know how many people were there. There's quite a lot of people turned up. I'm just trying to think, like, you know, maybe like 80 people. And yeah, it was so much fun. Like, you know, lots of friends from old and new, everyone drinking beer, having a bit of a laugh, some drinking too much beer, playing chess. It's so much nicer playing over the board like that, I think sometimes. And yeah, we all had a great time. So I had to carry my friend home though, and get him a taxi. So it was quite amusing. Very complex position, and now if I grab here, I am going to get hit on this square. So I think my opponent's playing this better than Jeffrey Jean did, in actual fact. And he's going to maybe go here as well. I'm going to control my center. Will I grab that pawn? I don't know. It seems so scary opening up. So if I take, am I going to get checkmated here? So if he... Okay, I'm going to... Ooh, it looks so risky, doesn't it? Why did I put my queen over here? Whose stupid idea was this? Has he got a draw first of all? Because I'm not going to do it if he has a draw. Here, takes, here, here, back. How do I get out? Oh, let's just grab it and see. Famous last words. Let's grab that one and see. Oh God. And oh God, I think I'm losing this queen. Oh my God. Williams, he's playing really well considering his time. Queen here, rook g4. I missed rook g4, but what else can I do? I'm gonna have to sacrifice my queen. Rook g4, but he's playing kind of perfectly compared, you know, much better than some of the other opponents. And yeah, I just missed this rook g4 move because taking the pawn was a little bit too risky, but he played very well. Okay, so he's continuing to play all the top moves. And do I have any compensation for the lost queen? I mean, my queen can't go anywhere. It's still a little bit complex, but maybe not. So we'll have to try and get some compensation. I mean, I got some pawns. The position is complex. His king is still weak, so we can keep playing here for sure. Okay, now he continues to play good moves. I guess that's a good move. It looks like a good move. And can't really take here because my knight as well, so it's... I really need to be able to do something, open up his king somewhat. It's weird that he's slowed down now. I don't know why he's slowing down now after playing all the hard moves very quickly and well. Okay, so this is why. So he's trying to just kill me as I sleep. So bishop takes, he comes into here. Now queen takes, he is very, well, I mean, it's a very dangerous lost position. Oh, hello. I'll take that one. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ooh. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. It was a smooth positional performance there from Mr. Williams. Got a slight advantage out of the opening. Pushed my advantage through the middle game. Got a little bit of a weakness over there. Grabbed the pawn over there. He got a little bit of compensation at some stage, but it was never in doubt. We forced him to make a bad move. Never in doubt. Well, he played very well. He played very well, except for the last move. Thank goodness. That was embarrassing for me. I mean, okay. I mean, let's have a look, because I mean, I know this plan. This plan worked very well against Jeffrey Jean, didn't it? If you remember that game, how we could get this queen around and take down it. It seemed to work very well, but this seemed very risky now because he hasn't committed his king. So yeah, maybe queen g3 is a better square. That's a much better move because I don't want to get hit by h5. So queen g3 would be better. But after this move, castles, the computer says I can take this one. But it seems so risky taking there, doesn't it? It seems so risky grabbing that pawn. Hello, Waitskin. Hope you're doing all right, and thank you for the gift to the community. These gifts really do help. I've been busy creating a chessboard course recently on the Reti. My first lifetime repertoire course, along with my pal, Richard Palliser. So that is now done, that course. So do I have a bit more time here? Well, I'm just concentrating now on bringing out Ginger GM's Jabava, next Jabava system course. I'm just doing the PGNs and that. It's taken a lot of work, that is, because I want to make this Jabava course as good as can be. Very well, Squire. Jolly good show, old boy. And, okay, so I didn't take this one. I guarded this pawn, but now after h5, oh, it's so risky. And the computer sees that I lose my queen, and I should have just come back to g3 now. Because then if he goes g5, I might be able to take it. So this is what I should do. I shouldn't grab that pawn. Grabbing the pawn, this was way too risky. And yeah, I just lose my queen. I just lose my queen. That wasn't very well calculated from me, but quite complex. He played all these moves perfectly, and now I'm obviously lost. But he probably got a little bit nervous here or something, because I think all he needs to do now is, what he played is okay, actually. I mean, what he played is probably a very good move. Like, oh yeah, I mean, this is fine. And now he's got to get his queen over here, yeah? Just move his queen. So something like queen e8. I probably have to bring my bishop back or move my king. And it is horrible because actually he's probably just going to come and take this one. Oh, I'm completely lost, yeah. But it's certainly a slight improvement on queen takes d4. That was one hell of a move. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I needed that one in that game. But I kind of only made a couple of mistakes, so he did play very well. My first mistake is not putting it on g3. I'm going to have to remember this on future, because there is the target to be attacked. If I go here, if he goes h5, let's say that ever does this, then I think this is a good move, because I stop him coming at me on this side of the board. And if he ever castles this side, he's always going to be quite exposed over there, because his pawns are not very well connected. I've got a knight there, and when I get a rook to the c file, I might start picking up those pawns. So yeah. Now H Matraz is saying, will you play Reti? I'll be honest, I'll let you out with a little secret, because you're not going to pass it on, are you guys? You're not going to pass it on. I spent a lot of time on this Lifetime Repertoire Reti course, and I'm a bit hesitant about playing it because nowadays, when you play like in, as I'm planning to do in like, you know, some international tournaments like Reykjavik Open, if I get a chance to play, I'm playing this weekend for the 4NCL, my English team. The way that people prepare now is by looking at your Title Tuesday games. And because my name is quite recognisable, if I start playing the Reti a lot, when I play in FIDE rated tournaments, which is where it gets serious, my opponents will know that I play the Reti, and they will have the games from Title Tuesday on the Reti, right? So so I'm a little bit hesitant about putting games on the database that will help my opponents prepare in future things, because, you know, I look at Title Tuesday as a bit of a laugh. You know, it's fun, we stream, we have a bit of fun, you know, it's not too serious, is it? So I don't really want to play an opening that I maybe will play a lot in the future. Right, nice easy game here. This geezer right here is quite tasty. He is quite tasty, but let's see if we can Dutch him up. I mean, wow, he's a real talented. I know I'm not going to say genius because it's a bit of an overused word, genius, but he's extremely strong. This guy, extremely talented and very good at tactics. But we get our Dutch in, and I quite like it when they go here. This is all following what we know. And now we're going to get E5 in. So this is very normal. I always feel black should be doing okay in these positions. The key line is this and this. So he hasn't played it. And now I've got to decide whether my queen goes here or here. We're just going to put it here. And I should be equal now. Now this move is quite risky, but I want to play these two moves in combination. He'll probably take on E5, opening up now. And the reason I want to play this and this is to shut the bishop down. And we're just going to try to checkmate him on the king side with this kind of idea. I'm going to have to use Harry. So I've shut down the bishop. He might now positionally try to get his knight here, but I'm going to try to, I don't know if I leave that, if I push it, just checkmate him on the h-file and try to get a knight to this square later on. I've had this kind of thing before. I mean, I like these positions as black. I don't know if black is doing well. I expect black is at least equal because I like attacking the king. He's attacking me on the queen side, but okay, you can do whatever you want on the queen side, mister. You know, but if I get through on the king side, it's shakmat, my friend. So come on, Harry, indeed. And this guy, I know this guy is really quick. So okay, so he wants to bring his knight now into here. This is the kind of idea I did somewhat fear he would try. Okay. Now, let's meet that by our own knight maneuver, yeah? And I don't know if that was correct. His knight has found a very good square. And again, the kind of thing I want to do is this, but his knight is now very strong. So, yeah, and if I push takes, am I worried about that? I don't think so. I don't think I'm worried about that, am I? So let's keep using Harry. Maybe I should have put the bishop into e5 there. That would have been a much better move, because if he captures, I take with a pawn. See, this is quite risky now. Okay. Yeah, I should have played this move. It's a little bit silly, but I don't think I can back down now. We've got to go for mate here. And I don't like it because I can never get rid of this knight. This is just the one mistake I made. I had to get rid of this knight. I'm just thinking, like, the more I'm thinking about this, why didn't I play bishop e5? I had to swap this knight off because how am I supposed to ever get through in this position with his knight there? His knight is just too damn strong. So I'm kicking myself for doing that. Very annoyed. Okay, but we'll just try to checkmate him anyway. Here, checkmate. Okay, so of course he puts that there. And the problem is if I can't get his knight, then I can never get through. So this was really, really badly thought out by me. Kicking myself all over the shop for my decision there. And yeah, very, very annoying play from me. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's just that little mistake there. It's really cost me too much. And because now he's got all his queenside play. And I don't have anything on the king side because I've just allowed this one to become too strong. So that was my major mistake here. And with this coming, I can't really see. I mean, it might just be a case of resigning here. That's how bad this position is actually. There's really nothing I can do at all. So we're playing a little bit, but it is absolutely horrible. And I'm sure you can all see why now. I just don't have any plan. What a power. I mean, I was even thinking about taking it, but then I don't know what I'd do next. So that's what happens in chess against these strong players. You can't afford to make the littlest mistakes. He might even have some tactics now. I'll have to try something over here, but again, what am I even trying here? Well, I think I will go here. He can win the exchange. I'm going to try to sack on h5, get rid of that knight, but I don't have a follow-up. It'd be quite funny if he moves his knight, because then queen h2 is a beautiful checkmate. Like knight here, queen here, is that checkmate? King takes, king here, check. King f4, very nearly a checkmate. So did you see that? That was a very pretty idea, but I'll show you after the game. I actually managed to generate one idea in this game, and it's kind of like now there's some little ideas brewing, but little ideas probably not going to work very well because now his counterattack comes quickly. And it's funny how we managed to generate something here though, in what was an entirely disgusting position. Again, I'm trying to checkmate with this idea. I think he could take my bishop. Nearly checkmate, but not quite checkmate is the answer. And someone's getting checkmated, but it's not him anymore. I made it a little bit trickier than had been thought. But yeah, it was that little positional mistake. Maybe I had some chances at the end there. Little positional mistake there. Well, big positional mistake. There was one very interesting moment where we actually got some chances around about. I don't think it was working, but there was one interesting moment that he could go knight g6. Let's turn it off the computer for a second, because I do have an idea here. It doesn't quite work, but it's an idea, and the idea is to take here. This is something he always has to watch out for. Takes, check. His king only has one square. Check. His king only has one square. And then it's very nearly checkmate, but his king can just about escape here, right? So this is what I was thinking of, but it never quite worked. So, but the big mistake was much earlier on, And we got very, this is a very interesting position. As you can see, I'm doing fine. I actually played the computer's top choice. This maneuver is going to give me some kind of an attack. And I now, for some unknown reason, went this way. It makes so much more sense to come here because I can take that knight when it comes in. So this is my first mistake. Had I gone knight e6, I think it looks pretty good, yeah, because this is powerful. So this is a little mistake. But okay, the game goes on. And now, whoops. It felt like my next mistake was here, but maybe it's already bad. So I should play bishop e5. So this is the move I got annoyed with myself for not playing. And this was a good opportunity, right? Well, an opportunity, because at least now he can never take my bishop because, I say he can never take it. This kind of stuff, if he moves his knight away, is just going to be very good for me. So that was a chance there. But okay, I mean, he played well. We managed to get some chances, but I didn't take the opportunity in that middle game. So we are on to the next one, Kryonux. And what should we do? Should we let's play the Jabava London, as we're bringing out a course on it very soon. Very easy to play. Did I miss something else later on in that last game? I don't think I did. It doesn't feel like I did, but it could have been. There could have been something there for sure. So the normal idea in the Jabava London, you try to attack their fianchetto structure, and knight e5 is now the most aggressive way to play. Sometimes you can hint at playing g4 if they castle, and if they try to get rid of your knight, you can put your bishop on that square, and that's a little bit annoying. Well, he's really asking for g4 now because he's put his bishop here, so it'd be rude for me to not try to threaten it. And can I resist playing this move? I mean, something like here is much more sensible first, but okay, let's play it. Let's play it. I can't resist it. I should have waited and probably until he castles until I do this, but it seems quite interesting. He can come into e4 though, which is a little bit frustrating, because if I take, his knight becomes very good. So that is an annoying move. Maybe I just have to move my rook. If he takes, I take with a knight. The bishop, that's a bishop, not a weird position. But my own king is not very pleasant either. I think g4 is just one move too quickly there. I should have played bishop e2 first. You know, because if I had this position and he was castled, it would be like really strong attack. Now he can try castling this way. The good thing about that is my bishop does cut off a number of squares. But I still need to sort out my king. How are we going to do that? Well, I guess I am now threatening to take this one because of his bishop. So he's had to play a move like this, which seems a bit uncomfortable to play. Now h5 is one idea, or do I continue trying to get my king safe? Queen d2 and castle. Well, then he takes there. So bishop d3, bishop e2. There's a lot of moves here. This is the super aggressive one, but again, it's quite loosening, isn't it? So maybe just bishop, I don't know, bishop d3 is also. Bishop g2. This bishop seems very strong. But this pawn's going to be weak. Complex position. g5. Can that lead to good... Okay, what about if I do this one? I didn't really consider this because I want to keep h5 as an option, but if I can force him to take with a pawn, is that a good trade for me? Knight here, he's got... I don't know. A little bit worried now about this. That was... I don't know if I made the right decision in that position. It was a very hard position to find. Okay, he's found the right moves. So I think I should take here. We should take here. And now he's got his knight potentially coming here, but this is weak, and I'm ready to castle now, so it seems to be alright for me at least, yeah? I don't know. Is it alright for me? Probably alright. He can't castle at the moment. Obviously, he's got a queen in the way as well. Unbalanced. Probably a fair result. I know that Danya just released a new Jabava course. We looked at the lines in that, and we have covered all of Danya's lines, but he didn't do any videos to that course, which I was really surprised about. Right? I thought what Danya is incredibly good at. Well, he's good at a lot of things, but one of his real strengths is videos. So I don't know why didn't he make any videos for his course? I don't understand. So strange, because videos is, I think, the easiest way you would have thought for most people to learn, yeah, from the great Danya. So we spent a lot of time on the PGNs finding some new lines for our latest Jabava course, but more time on the videos. But anything he does is going to be good, you know. He's a class act, isn't he? And he deserves support as well, Danya, for everything good he does in the chess community. Okay, now my opponent trying to exchange queens, which I was wondering about, because this one's going to be weak. And I didn't really want to exchange. Takes, because this bishop's a bit funny, but what else do I play? Here takes this way. Maybe I should do that. Or do I just step aside? Looks quite risky. But let's go for risky. I say risky. Now castles I'm going to drop. I want to play here, but then he checks. So do we get rid of this knight now? It's risky. I've got a lot of holes, haven't I? Let's get rid of that knight. That knight is annoying. Okay. Now I really want a castle, but that pawn I do not want to lose. Strange positions. F2, am I safe there? Don't know. He's coming in with the queen. The rook even, that's not queen. Still seems very risky, this position. Oops. Yeah, because my king is so fucked. Not mate. Bit of a time scramble, and queen endings are so bloody hard. But he played it quite dubiously, as I'm doing as well. I've missed that one. Am I blundering all over the shop here? Oh God. Obviously don't want to draw. Have I just fallen into perpetual? Fucking hell, Simon. I'm just falling into perpetual. Oh man, losing a bit of concentration at the end. Frustrates me, giving away stuff like that. I mean, I clearly wasn't doing well for the whole game, but at the end there, when I get to this position, it's clearly winning, and I just relaxed a little bit too soon. So yeah, I mean, just the way I played it's all right, but a little loss of concentration here. And I could have swapped queens a bit earlier. I just lost my focus at the end there. This is very easily winning. Queen f7 is the simplest. So that's annoying to drop a draw like that. Okay, let's have a look at the opening. See. Now, I kind of like bishop e2. Yeah, bishop e2. The computer is now suggesting bishop e2. And this is trying to just wait for this move to see where his king's going to go. Hello, Fiona. How you doing? Are you alright? And welcome to Fiona's Raiders. Yay! Hello, Fiona's Raiders. Hope you're all doing alright. I was just moaning about how crap I am at chess before you turned up. Which is pretty understandable, isn't it? I'm sure a lot of you understand what I'm saying there. It's a flipping hard game, and it's very easy to go a little bit on tilt. But we've only had 3 games of Title Tuesday, 3 out of 11. So we'll try to improve. We lost the second game to someone very, very strong. This is what we're playing in, and we've got some good players in it. And yeah, hello to any viewers who've just come over, and hello to Fiona. I'm just looking at the opening here because I want to know what to do if I get this kind of thing before, and I think I've just cracked it. Just go bishop e2 and just wait for the king to decide where to go before you play g4. This is what I will do in future. Otherwise the position looks very, very good. Because when I play g4 here, I wasn't really sure this, and it looks like a little bit too much. And I'm still okay here. But I had another big decision to make here. And yeah, moving the queen and castling makes a lot of sense. Right, we need to win this game now. How good does one have to be before we stop complaining about how crap we are? I figured, no, even Magnus Carlsen complains how crap he is. I'm afraid to tell you, eccentric horse. What makes an eccentric horse, by the way, rather than a non-eccentric horse? I'm afraid to tell you that it never stops. It doesn't matter. You can become the best player of all time, which I think Magnus Carlsen is, and you're still going to complain about how shit you are. It doesn't matter. It's a very self-deprecating game. We realise how weak and pathetic we are as human beings, basically. That's what I've gathered from chess. It's a little bit depressing, isn't it? Okay, but we might as well enjoy the ride as we go on. So I'm going to try to checkmate this guy. This is what we call the Black Lion. And the opening is very, very risky. Probably a bit crap, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. And I have to say, most things in life that are bad for your health, that are a little bit crap, are a hell of a lot of fun, aren't they? You know, like drinking. It's probably terrible for you, but it can be a hell of a lot of fun. McDonald's, eating crap food. Love it, but it ain't going to work well. The list goes on. Name something that isn't, you know. An eccentric horse and a horse that wears crushed velvet trousers. I should be concentrating on the chess. Sorry, I'm thinking about horses. Why am I thinking about horses? Okay, so in order to mate him, we need to play g4 at some point and bust it open. But the normal idea that I do here is to get this... Do I take with a knight even? Do I take... No. Maybe I should take with a knight, but... I don't know. Is he going to go... Is he going to try to do something on f7 to me? Yeah, so what? Okay, so I can go this way now. You don't normally be able to go this way, but then he takes, goes queen c4. Does that scare me? Well, I'm not easily scared, but I might just go. No. Okay, let's go back. So this is the normal plan, and you try to get this knight to f4. But I'm really tempted now to g4, because look, this is we have a hook, the pawn on h3. So let's hook line and sink his position. And if he takes, I'm going to float. I'm going to do a floater on the board. A massive floater right on the board. for him to sink his teeth into. So that's my idea. Do a floater on the board. Pawn takes pawn. The bishop floats in to this position. In it goes. And what do we do next? I don't know. Maybe like try to get the knight over here. Am I worried about my king? Not really. I would like to get castled, but we can't always get everything we want in this world. Maybe this knight just comes here in the middle of the board. Knight in the middle is good. Knight in there should be a saying there, shouldn't there? Knight in the middle is as good as a fiddle. Not bad, not a bad effort from me. Now if he goes here, I'm kind of a little bit, yeah, I'm just wondering what I'm going to do when the queen comes here. So we should get more pieces towards his king. How am I going to get more pieces over there? I'd love to get my queen over there, wouldn't I? But this queen c4 is just is what we do describe as a floater. Now can I come here and try to get over there? I think we should start with this one, right? Because at least this stops f7 from being on pre, and maybe my knight can jump in later. I don't think I want to move this knight at the moment because his bishop covers it, but it looks like a decent start. I might be able to actually go to this square, but maybe knight h5 so we can come to f4, because I want to get my knight into a position but keep a knight, you know, stuck on that square. I don't want him just to be able to exchange it off and I have to take with a pawn. So if I can go knight here and knight here, then that seems like a plan. But I'm also thinking of other plans, maybe bishop d6 and castles. Looks really weird, but I think this rook would love to have a bit of get involved in this party on the king's side. Okay, so he's doing this. So let's go here. This was an idea we just discussed. Now he could take my knight off, but then that is quite a sexy bishop he's got, so I'm quite happy to get rid of his sexy bishop. And I'm gonna do here. Now am I worried about something happening to Derek over there? Not particularly. Derek is okay. I need to make sure we don't lose on time here and think of a plan. I want to get my queen over to his king side now. Where's that going? Okay, well I don't know, so we're getting the queen over. The queen wants to come around because oh, that's a clever idea. Okay, let's get the king tucked away because stuff's starting to happen and he's doing shit as well like that. Okay, that pawn's on pre. Whoa. Or is it? I don't know. Is it on pre? I don't think so because his rook's behind it on pre. So I thought that wasn't on pre because I can take your rook. That was what I was hoping, my friend. So it does seem like I have picked up a rook. And now I just need to be quite careful because it hasn't clarified quite yet, but it is now. Okay, I'm winning more of his pieces. He's a bit short of time. And okay, that pawn's dangerous. I'm playing this a little bit dangerous, but I like a dangerous game. I'm going straight for his king. And I like a dangerous game. There we go. Because you know what? Checkmate ends the game. Bum, 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 bum. So the black line is so much fun. I love the black line. It's so much fun to play. It's so much fun to play, but it's so dangerous for everyone. Oh my words! It is. It's a scary line, and we can't. It's a good thing we checkmated him because he's starting to get a little bit close there, wasn't he? I mean, maybe I should just play the black line always, but black line is crap but gets the win. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's crap. That's a little bit disrespectful to the line. It's just mildly. I don't know. It's like your naughty uncle, isn't it? It's like your naughty uncle. It's like everyone's got a naughty uncle, haven't they? It's like the uncle. It's the uncle your parents probably warn you about. You know, like my brother. You know, speaking to your dad, and your dad's like, my brother Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy. Jimmy was a good lad, but he went astray. You know, he started drinking at a young age, did Jimmy. He got a job in the army, old Jimmy did. Joined the Marines. Got kicked out of the Marines after a year. And then he started to work as a bouncer down at that dodgy club, the Horseshoe, the bloody Horseshoe. Oh, it was some good times down the Horseshoe, but oh my words, it was a dangerous joint, that one. Oh, I remember Jimmy with fond memories. He was a good lad, but he was trouble, that one. He was trouble all the way. He was trouble all the way, was Jimmy. Am I tripping? Not at this moment in time, I don't think. Don't know, am I? I have many flashbacks, so I could be. Jess, were you actually in the Marines? Were you? Respect to you, sir. A lot of hard work to get in, and I'd imagine there is a fair bit of drinking in all of these places, and you have to be yeah, you know, quite a tough character, definitely, to do that. But anyone who does that, I have a lot of respect for. Yeah, so the Black Lion is basically like Uncle Jimmy. I think it is you know, that's the only way I can sum up the Black Lion. He's a bit of a scary chap. You wouldn't want to mess with him, but if you go out on a night out with him, he's one hell of a laugh. You're gonna have some good times. You're gonna have some good times. Yeah. Who said I was crazy? Is that Uncle Jimmy in the chat? Jimmy Crackmore. Is that Jimmy? Jimmy, how you doing, Jimmy? You feeling okay, Jimmy? Hello, Jimmy. How you doing, son? Is that Uncle Jimmy? Thank you for subscribing, Matt Frankie. I am an uncle as well. I think I'm a great uncle, aren't I, or something like that. I don't know. I am an uncle. Got some cool nephews and nieces. LB says, hi Simon, will we be able to catch your Reti Masterclass live on Chessable? Or is the only replay going to be available? Well, I got this information today. Let me just have a look. I am doing a masterclass. I'll give you a link to it if you want. It's a 2-hour masterclass on the Reti. You can check out the information there. This is my latest chessable course. It's my first lifetime repertoire. Well, I say mine. I did it with my pal Richard Palliser, and yeah, you won't be able to watch it here because it's obviously for Chessable. They have their own like Chessable classroom, and I think you have to pay to join it. And I don't really do any teaching anymore. I used to do a lot of teaching, but I don't do it anymore. So it's the only time where you can actually, apart from my streams, you can ask me stuff live. So it will go up on YouTube afterwards, I'd imagine. But if you want to catch it live, then you'd have to join the class there, where you get a 2-hour lesson on some ideas with the Reti. It's very interesting opening, actually. Okay. While we wait, I'll just show you what the Reti is, and let me just get the white pieces. Can I get the white pieces? Can we flip the board? I'm sure there's a way we can do that. So some of the really interesting lines that I love in the Reti, and the course I've just made is just concentrating on d5 because that's the most natural move. The second part of this lifetime repertoire will concentrate on other stuff, but if they play like the Slav, if they play like the Queen's Gambit, if they play like the semi-Slav, lots of those openings, it can be really good fun. And the setup that I recommend here, you go e3 to get that control of that square, and you're basically going knight c3, b3, bishop b2, then you're going queen c2, and then normally they castle, and we're recommending there g4 and g5, and also h4 and knight g5 ideas. It's really exciting, actually. I remember Nepo won a very nice game in the Olympiad, which went something like this. So it went something along the lines of this: castles, knight c3, c5. Nepo took here. This was against back row. This was France versus Russia. Nepo now went queen b1. Queen c2 is also what our main recommendation. It went something like this, and all of a sudden now Nepo went h4. So I mean, how much do I love this idea? And after like b6, this is the point, yeah. We're just trying to mess them up over there on h7, and we're also, you know, very interesting. I can't remember the exact move order, but it was something like this. So very interesting ideas. And the other idea that we look at a lot is, let's say they play like b6, for example. You go queen c2 again. Let's say they play here. Let's say you go bishop e2 here. Another idea which is a lot of fun, and we give alternative ideas. So we give d4, but another idea we really like is either rook g1 or g4. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. We don't give g4 as our main recommendation because you can see the computer can defend. But as an idea, the point is you're just gonna try and kill him over here, and you're going to try to castle queenside and do that. So it's very exciting. So we give some lines in similar positions where you basically go rook g1 in some similar lines, and you play for this idea, and it's actually really scary and can be very exciting. Don't be put off by the computer here. This is a slightly different position anyway to what we're looking at, but this is kind of the idea we go for. I mean, let's have a look at a5, which computer says is a bit dangerous. We're going to go here, and you know, it's a lot of fun. So it's actually very interesting opening this modern Reti, and these are some of the ideas we take a look at there, if you're interested. But it's always nice doing a bit of learning about new openings. So enjoyed that. Do I think similar g4 ideas in b3 positions? Well, yeah, sometimes, Nick. One of my favourite openings that I think maybe I came up with is in the main line b3 opening. Maybe I'll try it in the next game. I don't know. Like I talked about why I don't want to play the Reti earlier on. But in this is main line b3 theory, and now this move has always been the main move, and it was now considered that bishop d6 is black's best defense, because black wants us to take on c6 and at some point and then take here when the bishops are looking quite good. And in this position I came up with the idea, which the computer doesn't like, of going g4, and I won some very nice games with this idea. For example, if they castle, you can even try g5. Knight c3 might be better first, but knight here, and now you can either go knight f3. Oh, we're getting some easy games today, aren't we? Bloody hell, we got another toughie here. Why didn't I play b3? I just said I was going to play b3, and I played d4 and move 1. Fantastic. Okay, so what should we do? I think we'll go c4. And I know he always goes check, doesn't he, in these positions? Yeah, he plays this. Well, he's a bloody good player, Josim. I'm gonna play. Am I allowed to play this move? Do you think? You're not gonna. Okay, we'll go here. Am I allowed to give up a pawn with g4? Will you guys scream at me for doing something so ridiculous? Maybe I'll take here now. Okay, I'm trying to hold back on playing g4. I'm trying to like behave yourself, Simon. Okay, let's try to behave a little bit longer, shall we? And you see what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying to get the same ideas in a different position, yeah? Oh, I can't hold back any longer. Okay, look, I'm trying. Literally, we just talked about the Reti ideas, and I know it's a different opening, but one of the great things about learning different openings, and I wouldn't suggest this until you get to a certain level, is that you can mix them up, you can experiment, you can have a lot of fun, and at the end of the day, that's what chess should be about. Now, I kind of feel I like my position, but I don't know where I'm going to put my king. We won't worry about that for now. We won't worry about the king for now. Famous last words of a dying man. we're going to worry about him soon because he's starting to do stuff over here, right? Okay. Yeah, this pawn's very weak. It's quite an interesting position, isn't it? Normally what you try to do is get the pawn here and go bishop d3, but we could be a bit slow here, so I think we will play here, but after the knight comes in, what's happening? It just seems to be a very interesting position at the moment. His king is kind of safe, maybe a lot safer than mine, but I do have potentials. Oh, what's going on? He went back. Okay, well, I'm just going to go here. Why not? I don't know what else to do. And should have gone bishop d3, of course. Well, I'll just keep going. I mean, okay, now I'd love to play this move. This seems a little bit strange. Okay, let's go here. I'm going to keep trying to checkmate him because that is the way. That's the way I rock and roll. And this one's just trying to control this one. Maybe I'm thinking that I want to go back to my Reti plan and do this, but it's not easy to achieve. So I'm just going to have to now revert to playing around here. And I don't know if this was ever a legality. It's been quite an interesting game. Yeah, this looked like the right move from him. Do I come up? Maybe. Very strange position. Maybe I'm trying to now play on the other side of the board. I don't know if I should be pushing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I should be capturing. I just don't know. Maybe I should be f4ing and trying to checkmate. Okay, so he's opening it up first. Have to capture. And now taking is... I'd love to get a knight to g3 though. Looks like there should be something good here for me. Takes. Okay, I think we should play this one. Take here. Now come in. And he'd probably try to exchange queens because my position is getting very dangerous. This is going to be winning. So he should probably try to exchange queens. Which of course he does. Don't really want to exchange queens, but... Well, okay, I won't then. But I probably should have done with a small advantage. If I exchange queens, I'd have a small advantage. But I'm trying for more. F5 could be playable. Queen G2, Rook G8, and I have to swap everything off there. H6 I'm assuming is a move I want to go for. Complex scenario. I see why he doesn't want to play F5 because it starts loosening this diagonal. And I think this is my kind of idea. Okay, so let's do it quickly. I have this way in as well in some cases. Right. But here he's going to swap everything off. And the rook comes in. The bishop comes back. Can't think of a good move here, guys. Do I go for the ending? Which I don't really want to do. I've got to move. What am I doing? Too slow. Oh, you're too damn slow. Positionally desirable to get rid of that knight. Good position for me. Surely, good position for me. And now I'm begging to exchange. These pieces find a little bit too much fun over there, haven't I? Just can't find the moves on time. Shit. Fuck. Fuck. So quick. Yes, I'm taking it, you muppet. Does this work? No, it doesn't work. Shit. Ah, so close. Just couldn't hold it together again. Ah. Oh, had some chances there. It was a pretty good game. Must have missed something. It was actually looking very promising for me, wasn't it? Like we can see all around this point, but 3 second Simon is not good. But I could have, yeah, I could have taken this one down, definitely. Annoying. So maybe I miss some strong stuff. Let's go back. So it's a very interesting position around here. We were just talking about this stuff, and then we were able to get it in. So it's all right. It's all right. And he's obviously a much quicker player than me. Thank you, Chess Chef, for the cheer out. Getting some all right games against these guys, but I feel like I should be beating them occasionally. But I am an eternal optimist. Though this okay. It felt like around here I should be doing really well, and I regretted not playing here straight away. Why didn't I do this? Because then I forced G6, so then I have a target for Harry. I have a hook. So this seems to me to be much more natural. Okay, we're going to have to look at that game another day, because we're straight in with the next one. Okay, I've got white again. I haven't played E4. Let's mix it up. I must have missed. I mean, I was +1 there at some point, but I must have been even more than +1, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I missed something. Maybe you guys saw a better option, but at some point I just looked at my clock and just had to make a move because he was a bit too quick. Anyway, we're playing this chap, Slovak Fighter, and this move, he's trying to come here probably. Don't know this so well. I don't know. Do I do this? That seems like... Okay, let's go H4. The reason I'm playing this is if he's going to go here anyway, I don't want to move my bishop first. And H4 is actually a very useful move in these positions. Because it supports something coming here. You want to play on that area of the board. Okay, so we'll push that as far as we can. And actually, this rook coming around is not completely ridiculous. Okay, so he's gone here, and now I do seem to recall that this might be an idea. Let's try it, because I mean, I'm happy to go for complications after that last game. A little bit angry. I didn't manage to get one result against either of these two fantastic players, to be fair. And I'm guess this is the idea, trying to bust through the middle with our two pawns. I expect we're both out of theory here. It doesn't look like a dangerous sacrifice because I'm probably going to win one of my pawns back, which I might as well do now. You can swap queens, but his pawn structure looks a little bit funny if he does so. And this pawn is very useful for me because he can't put a knight here. G6 is difficult, so you can see how it's kind of helped this kind of stuff. Indeed. Okay, so he swapped queens. It's a little bit disappointing. I don't like it when they do that. Swapping queens. Let's get the knight into the centre. Seems to be more important than deciding where the king goes. Maybe my king comes here. Now, which way does the knight go? This seems like a better square, because as well as d6, I might have the c5 square for my knight. But obviously, knight d6 is the big threat. And is he going to come in here? Maybe. Do I just castle now? Is this time to do this? I think I will be castling at some point. So let's do it now, because I can have the opportunity to bring my rook into the middle. I really want to play g4, but I don't want him coming here with a knight, so I'm going to try to cover that square first of all. Now rook d8, very playable, and he's played it. And again, his knight probably going to come in here, isn't it? So let's take that one. See what he captures with, because if he captures with the bishop, I might have this check. If he captures the king, his king looks a little bit loose, no? So I'm going to go here, because c7 is normally the safest square for the king. But now my bishop lines up about that. And my whole point is I want to play g4 and force that knight to a bad square. Okay, so he comes this way. If I go rook c1 now, again I'm threatening g4, but maybe he's got time now to play rook here, knight here, and take with a rook. So his king can't really go to a dart square because my bishop, so he's found the only move. g4, knight here. And have I just made a slight mistake with my last move by doing that? Rook here, trying to cover that one, but then he comes in. And it doesn't really help me because he can come there anyway. So he's managed to make this work, hasn't he? Okay, I can't see anything better, so I have to play this. I don't know about have to, and let's now try to get this in, and I'm not sure about this position. He's coming here as well. Yeah, it's just a problem. Maybe equalish, do you think? I don't know. So he's really trying to take this pawn. I could come in, but I don't really want to do that. Knight here, and okay, this is a good square for the knight. Oh shit. That's not a good move because I forgot he has this check. So I have to take that one and then come in, but then he's got this check. And it's starting with his rook coming in to look quite bad. So I missed this one. So can we step towards that? Then knight here comes anyway. This check is nothing. I have to get rid of this knight, no? Fuck a duck. Here, okay, let's keep going. Check, comes to g3. Let's see where his king goes. La da da da. I've got to watch out for this check, maybe. Okay, we'll come here. So I have lost the pawn during that little espique. What word am I trying to say? Espique? No, that's not right. This is where my dyslexia comes in. You know the word I'm trying. Fucking hell, it's a French word. I know that. That's all I can say. It's a French word. That's the one, but how do you say it? Escapade. God, you can see that I was terrible. Absolutely terrible in at French. So, funnily enough, even though this position is a pawn down, I've got very nice knight and rook. So, potentially I am better. Now, I don't want to draw. So, we don't really... Oh, was that the right move to play? No, it wasn't the right move to play. But it's a very weird scenario, this, isn't it? Check. I don't want to draw, but we need to find a way to win this. Check. But our position was very good anyway, I think. So, funnily enough, so extra pawn wasn't so important. Escapade. Thank you, Lawrence. Escapade. Yeah. Escapade. That's it. When you're dyslexic, it's very it's sometimes you just get things a little bit mixed up. Escapade. That's the one, I'm sure. You know what I'm meaning. So knights are always better than bishops. That's what I heard in my training. And yeah, we didn't really want to drop a pawn. Let's be honest. But look, even the computer thinks he's doing really well here, and I'm just not so sure. Because how does he ever get rid of this knight? And I've got really nice centralized pieces, so I'm a little bit surprised that the computer thinks he's doing so well here. That surprised me. Okay, because earlier on, I certainly lost a bit of control. And maybe I was just a lot worse. It was funny because it should be better here, but no, maybe I'm not better. So he actually played pretty well then. Considering that I was overestimating my position and he was playing very well, but it went. Let's see where he lost. That's much more fun, right? It starts to go very badly wrong for him around here, and even here the computer thinks he's better. Okay, it thinks it's equal, but really, I mean, there's nothing he can do. I'm just so well situated with this mass of pawns. I find that very strong. And we danced a little bit here because it's always fun to have a little boogie, and I didn't want to allow that move to occur because that would be really painful and certainly a rage quit. So we stopped that little one, and now if he takes the rooks off, he's probably losing that ending, yeah? Because my king is just going to come and munch eventually. I think he's losing that. My king's too strong. Now this looked like a very good move because now I've got an extra pawn that I can attack with. If he takes en passant, I can take his bishop. And this pawn can now be used to cause his king a bit of problem. And of course, he did blunder in a minute. We danced a little bit here. And his position, I'm sure, was a lot worse than the computer said there. I don't understand why the computer didn't evaluated it as okay. All right, so on to the next one, and we have a women's CM from Uzbekistan. Was it? We haven't had a Sicilian for a while, so let's go for some fiery stuff. You know, too much positional chess that last game. Actually, I mean, I do, and I should play more positionally because I'm pretty good at that rather than dodgy gambits, but I just don't. It's the simple answer. Okay, now she might want to play this at some point, and I don't mind weakening this square to get some kind of grip. I love playing g4 here, so I'm gonna g5 even. I'm gonna just hint at the idea that this might be possible, and if she does come into this square, I'll have to go back to developing as her pieces are finding pretty good squares here. Should be equal, this kind of structure, I feel. I mean, now I've got the opportunity to doubling. I think this I don't think she should allow me to double pawns. I'm not going to go in. I think if I just come back, I like my pawn structure now, because later on I have this possibility of using these guys. Bit like when I play my Dutch, that these guys can get going. F5, this kind of nonsense. So, okay, so she does that before her bishop gets in trouble. And now I can always clamp down on that there. Do I want to just play F5, I think, yeah? Watch out for the knight coming to E6, but as long as I stop this knight coming here, I'm happy. Now I might just play A5 just so I stop any queenside play. And my logic behind this is that, okay, I should be better on the king side because I have these two pawns. So let's close down the other areas of the board. And now got to improve this knight. This knight's quite bad. I could actually go to B4. She's trying some tactical stuff over here. It shouldn't work. But maybe she's going to try coming in. Shouldn't work. I think I should get my knight here. But here, am I worried about something coming to G5? Should be okay. I'll play H6 next if I get a chance. Okay, now we're going to go for this maneuver. Anything I need to worry about? This is maybe a playable move. But maybe playable. I don't know. Bishop D6. Okay, so she's going to try to get her knight to this square. I came up with that idea first. Don't go copying me. And if I go here, she takes. Maybe I take with a C pawn. Ah, this is the concept. This is her concept. Well, I should probably take this, no? Do we gain a little tempo here first? Interesting idea that was of hers. Okay, I'll take it. Let's see. That's an interesting idea. The bishop's actually really quite bad, isn't it? I've realised just how bad this is. Okay, good idea from my opponent. Got me on the defensive. Nice play from her. And I have to really defend a little bit now. There's a lot of tricks going on here. Could I have taken that? I'm not sure, because the bishop takes G7. Just trying to get some more pieces around my king, because it certainly worries me. Now I was hoping I'd have this diagonal if I could get rid of the dart squares. So let's see. I've also got this dart square, but this is my main. Let's go for this one. Dart square pressure, and of course I've got this one next. So she has to take there. Only try. Now, taking the rook or not to take the rook. This pawn's on pre. Am I worried about that one? No, let's give our king some luft. Because the back rank is okay. Now I was hoping this would work, because their queen is sidetracked to the queen side, so I want to attack on the other side. But I don't know what my chances of success here, because I'm only using my queen. I need to get my rook in. My rook's a long way from joining in any action, and I'm probably not even going to win this pawn. So very quick. She's very quick, much higher than her rating, clearly. Okay, I'm trying to get my rook in. But now rook G1. Yeah, this is... It's not easy. Not easy for me. Open files are very important, and I don't have the open file. Okay, gonna have to take that. Don't see anything else to do. I want this move still. Yeah. So she's now. I need to. Queen e7. This is weak. Do I go for the ending? It's not a very nice ending. Just takes here. Shit. The king is so bad as well. Playing very well. Oh, I can't think here. I'm running out of time. Ooh, I'm running out of time. I don't want to. I won't go for a draw, but don't tell her that. Okay. Have to go for the ending. I've got no time to think about any other option. Shit, mouse slips. Mouse slips, don't do it to me. I think I could be happy to take the draw, yeah? Oh, come on, just swap the rooks. We're not going to dance this all day, are we? Don't, oh, come on. I've lost a lot of respect for you by doing this. Come on. Even if you do manage to flag me, is it really worth it? Do we not have better things to do in our lives? Come on. Yay. Okay. How old was she? She looks about 2 years old. Oh, she played well. She played well there, yeah. So we didn't manage to get on a roll, unfortunately. The ending was better for me, but not enough time. Not enough time. I didn't have enough time there, which is my own fault, of course. Now it seemed to be like I should be doing very well, but she came up with a good plan, which I failed to appreciate, and without looking at the computer, I kind of know where my mistake is immediately. That around about here, when she plays knight d2, again, sometimes just try to forget what the computer says, because this position can't be better for white if she, unless she has a pawn break, and her only pawn break is this. So I need to stop this move. So all the moves the computer suggests aimed at that moves. This is just too slow. So I should either support my pawn, stop that move, and I think I regretted afterwards that I didn't play this, because the other point is maybe I can take this knight as well. That knight could be quite tricky. And this move, no matter what the computer says, I think I prefer my position a little bit, because I just like my pawn structure. Okay, we're in with the next game. So we have 4 games. Weight skiing is reminding me that if I win the next 4, I get to 8 points. So let's try to get to 8 points. We haven't got to 8 points for a long time. It'd be nice to get to 8 points, which should be a tough challenge, but we can do it. So we're going to go to Tromposky, and I wish I knew the next move. This one has to be a... Oh my god, what did I press there? Go away. And what do we do here? What is... Okay, let's develop that knight, defend the center. I don't know if I put my knight here or put a pawn here. That's my big... That's the big decision. I'm trying to decide what one's best at the moment. And do I ignore... Because if I move the knight, then maybe knight... Okay, let's move the knight. Let's develop pieces. It can't be a bad move. I'm just a little bit concerned about my dart squares when my opponent has the dart squared bishop. Yes, and he's now trying to attack those dark squares, which is very logical. So am I going to really defend him with bishop over here? I guess so. I'm trying to castle queenside. Knight to here. I can also maybe consider playing d5. Possibly. But my main idea is just to castle and then hope I can make, well, hope that black's king doesn't have anywhere safe to go to. Because if it goes this way, we have a h file. If it goes this way, well, we'll find something to do if it goes over there. And if it stays in the middle, we're trying to have a crack at it there as well. So my opponent's spending I like this when my opponent spends a lot of time. It's kind of like, oh, that's good, because they might be a slow player, and I'm like, I don't like fast players. Don't like fast players. What you got? Some beer. Says Gary the G pawn, or Gary the pawn. Not the G pawn, just Gary the pawn. No, I'm not drinking beer at the moment. I'm probably gonna actually go to the gym after this. Punish myself. I normally try to punish myself after this. Okay, so this is very interesting. Now, if I capture, my opponent's probably... Okay, I have to capture. Now, my opponent must be trying to take with a bishop, because otherwise this is a pretty horrible move. And the idea my opponent is trying to take with the bishop now. And I'm thinking I go f4. Because if my opponent takes with a pawn, the bishop is locked in. Definitely. My opponent took with the pawn, and I'm happy with this because... well, I mean, for example, doesn't this... I think this just wins on the spot. My opponent's idea of going e5 and taking the pawn is just very, very bad. Basically. And... yeah, my last opponent, Bob is saying, was actually only 14 years old. She's going to be another legend, isn't she? You know, in later life. Well, I mean, often, I think it was Magnus Carlsen who said, like, a long think is often a bad think in blitz and also in classical chess. And my opponent's doing absolutely fine in this position. There's nothing to worry about here. Okay, so I mean, again, I never really, this computer seems very strange to me because I don't think I've got a nearly 1 pawn advantage. But the way my opponent played it, it doesn't make a lot of sense unless this bishop can stay free. So I would have thought that, you know, something like trying to attack this with the knight, trying to attack it with a pawn, it is more logical because you want to free that piece up. And long think, wrong think. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one, Jess, isn't it? And after this move, well, you know, I think taking here is fine, but it looks really bad now because if bishop takes, I assumed that f4 was the move my opponent didn't see, and after the bishop comes back, I might even better play f5, yeah? And I'm really using those pawns to try and kill that bishop. If the bishop comes back, we use the other f pawn. We got loads of the guys. We got loads of them coming up the board. But this is certainly better than taking with a pawn, because even if I don't have anything immediate, this bishop is so bad now, but I do have something immediate because my opponent has no good squares to move the king. And there's one really, this is really nasty, bishop h3, and that is nearly checkmate there. Now if my opponent goes the other way, then we simply go knight d5, and there's no good way to stop the knight coming into c7. Knight a6, we just eliminate that one as such. So we do that. Can you play the Baghdad opening? God, there's some weird names, isn't there? I have no idea what the Baghdad opening is. What is the Baghdad opening? I mean, that is... I don't know what that is. I don't know. Have you just made that up? Have you just made that up? I think you've just made that up. You're making up names now, aren't you? You are. You're making up names, people. Do I have a gym trainer? I don't, but I've started to go boxing twice a week, Monday and Friday. So I just one-on-one boxing. I do sparring on Friday. So I get beaten up on Friday, and I do just training, bag work, ladder work on Monday. Sometimes I go to boxing tonight as well, but it's quite a long way tonight, so it's a class as well. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, probably go down to the gym for a little bit. It stops me from drinking in the evening and makes me behave better. So yeah, breaks up all the bad habits basically, and I quite enjoy it. So I quite enjoy, you know, those bits. Any suggestions for Ginger Gem song titles are welcome. Yeah, well, Jess, I mean, if you haven't heard Jess's song, his last one, have I got it here? I think it's... Okay, let me just play the first 10 seconds of this. So Jess Fox is the mastermind behind this. I love it. I think it's... Why offer me a draw? I don't want a draw. I don't play 4 moves with the black pieces to take a draw.
Let's dance him up, boys and girls. Let's dance him up. Let's dance him up. Let's dance him up. Let's dance him up. In we go with a classical Dutch. Let's dance him up. Let's dance him up.
Pushing the geezers up the board.
Let's dance him up. Let's dance him up. In we go with a classical Dutch.
Hello there, you're awake. Have my night. Don't want it. Have it. And we're just going to give up pieces and try to checkmate. And I want to discombobulate his pawn so his king is going to be permanently weak. I'm attacking. I'm attacking.
Oh, look at this. Check. Check.
Shit. Can't see the mate. Oh, fuck. Why did I do that? Oh no, I blundered. I think going through that pain is something that everyone should try to do, right? If they can. It's not over yet. It's not over.
Let's dance him up. Let's dance him up.
You ain't running from me, mister.
Let's dance him up. Let's dance him up. In we go with a classical Dutch. Let's dance him up. Let's dance him up.
That's more like it.
Let's dance him up. Let's dance him up.
This is beautiful. You ain't running from me, mister. Okay, well, thank you for that song, Jess. It was fantastic. That's one of many Jess brilliancies that he's created, and good work, Jess. I do love it. I think it's a fantastic song. But let's not get me rapping ever again, yeah. Unless I am drunk, then I might be able to do it a little bit better. Yeah, I need to be drunk to rap, man. I can't just like I'm no Eminem. Let's just put it that way. But it's great, yeah. What a song! It's you need to stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah, well, the first one was Weasel Poo, that Grease Weasel Poo. But put that in your pipe and smoke it, son. That comes up quite a lot in that lyric. So yeah, well, have a think about it. Jess, you've got loads of good shit. So just whatever you think of doing, I'm sure it'll be quality. I should find a friend to write a rap for you. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we'll put it out there if anyone wants to write a rap. Right, we're waiting for the next game. 3 games to go. Good thing is we couldn't hear you rap. Okay, that's very good. How much do you bench at the gym? I don't bench press. I don't use weights at the gym. Generally, I do a bit of yeah. I just do a bit of cardio, and I do like body weight exercises, press ups and stuff like that. So at the moment, so I can't body press much. I'm not a strong guy like that. Yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it might be a winner. It does come up that lyric, but something like that could be good, right? Put that in your pipe and smoke it, son. Can you share the link to the song? Do we? Jess Fox official. You have to ask Jess, yeah. You have to ask Jess because he's the guy who wrote the song, and I don't know. You should put the songs up somewhere, Jess. I'll give you. Are they on your website, your YouTube channel? There is no link. Okay, there is no link. Yeah. But you have a YouTube channel, right, Jess? So if you do, send us a message. Best way is the best thing to get in contact with me is probably email. I don't really check messages here. If anyone tries to message me on Twitch, I don't often look at them, I'm afraid, and I don't look at them on chess.com. I'm sorry about that. Just don't like, you know, look at messages. I'm a lazy Twitch streamer. I know what that's all about. Suffer from that as well. Gary the Pawn. Well, I mean, training program, nutrition as well, Simon. Yeah, I mean, my nutrition is pretty bad. But I'm not going to go totally strict with myself, because you got to enjoy life a little bit. I mean, at the weekend I go a bit bonkers. You know, I like a drink at the weekend and some partying. But in the week I'm trying to be more sensible. But boxing is a great sport, though. I mean, great exercise. So good. So much fun. Is the short and sweet Reti course coming out at all, Simon? It will be. It's been filmed at Royal Fork, so you will get your freebie very soon. So that's really good. The short and sweet chessball things are great, because you can watch the short and sweet, and you can decide whether you like the course or not. If you don't like it, don't buy it. But if you do kind of like what you see, then you can consider buying the course. Remember, there is also 30-day money-back guarantee with any chessball courses, so you can buy it and then get your money back. But I'm not in control of that, so don't come complaining to me if something weird happens. Nothing to do with me. But also worth checking out this coming Monday, maybe? Is it Monday? The Ginger GM stuff, because we'll have this new Jabava London course out, and it would be great if some of you could buy that. That would really help support what I do. Need immense cardio to box. You do indeed, Goblin Share. So I try to do, on Fridays, I try to do 5 2-minute rounds of sparring with 1 minute rest in between. And it's just, I can't really do it, to be honest. It's too much. I can do like 2-3 2-minute rounds, but I can't lift my arms by the 4th round. I just get battered. So I just have to guard up, right, and just get used to being hit. It's not really impressive when you're just getting hit around the head and you can't do anything. But you know, I'm quite a big guy as well. You know, I'm not like super fit by any means. I'm, you know, fat basically. So you know, but it's all right. Okay, well, the next game should be starting soon. So I'm hoping we've got 3 games to go, and let's have a look at the standings. So we got Gupta on 8 out of 8. Fabi is on 7. Who is Fandorin? Shigev. Okay, I've heard about him. Another strong player. This is maybe Mamajarov. This is Wesley So. Oh, man, there's so many good players. Is this a French? Oh, Jules Mossad. I remember I watched Jules crush Ivanchuk in a number of Blitz games. He's a bloody good Blitz player. Bloody good Blitz player. It is a Swiss tournament. There you see the kind of rules. Well, not really rules, but it's 11 rounds. There's only 3 rounds left. So there's all your info. Cool, it's very strong today. Faruja is up there as well. And the list goes on. I mean, how many points are we on? We're on 5. So we can still get to 8 points if we win all the games, but it's very, very tough. 531 players. I haven't rage quit yet, and I was explaining why I do rage quit early on, but at the end of the day, like, you know, this is not really my job. I don't really get paid for this, you know, and time is important. So if I'm not enjoying myself because I'm really angry with my own play, I'm not gonna waste my life putting myself in more pain. It's as simple as that. And I'd never dream of quitting unless there was a good reason in a proper tournament. But when it's online, it really doesn't matter, because it's automatic pairing. It doesn't affect anyone else. And we're playing international, a Russian player, international master, but someone with a rating that is higher than anything I have ever achieved. 28-13. Okay, so he's playing a different system to what we've maybe seen before. One of the general rules is often in these systems, if you can get your bishop to this square, get your bishop to this square. Now, this is an interesting idea because I open up possibilities of giving him a check, which is now stopping. Now, where do I put this bishop? I might put it here because I still have possibilities of this check, and it's not an ideal square. He can come here, then I'll just drop back or something. But maybe this is a move, right? If I check now, g3, and I take, I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to drop back and kick that one away. Then maybe we'll hop back again, but looks a bit odd what I'm doing, doesn't it? But a lot of people say I am a bit odd, so it's okay. Now, if he castles queenside, I think I'm just going to go b5 and try to open up that area of the board. And one thing, okay, I'm not going to think about this. I'm trying to sack a pawn, even though it's not even a sack, to open up this. And one thing that this move has achieved, he would love to have this bishop on this square. And I'm obviously not going to open up the h-file, so I have to move my knight back now. And we want to open up his king side, so do we take? I think we take, yeah, because we get rid of one pawn, and I think we want to open up more with c5. So yeah, okay, but he's obviously lining up some stuff against my king. I'm doing this one. If he goes b4, I'm going to go a5, and I want to get rid of that bishop, which is generally a very good attacker. And you can see I've opened up some lines of attack towards his king. I might even switch ideas at some point with the knight coming over here. Rook here looks normal. And I'm just going to, again, let's put the pieces on the best squares we can think of. So queen against his king. Okay, so he has come back now. And I don't really need to think about this next one. Queen against his king. But this is where I'm going to have to start thinking a bit more, because so far everything has been quite natural. So he's actually deciding to swap off there. Let's do it. It strikes me that I'm starting to get some possibilities here. Bishop here, will he swap the queens? Then I come in this way, does that help? A bishop to this square would be lovely. So what if I move my knight? But then he will take it. So here, okay, let's I really want to get my bishop to that square. So here looks a little bit artificial, but this is such a nice square. I suppose you can always go queen b3. That's disappointing. Don't want to swap queens. That'd be okay. I have to swap queens if he does that. Wanted to keep the queens on the board. Just because I was quite enjoying some of the attacking chances I had there. And by swapping queens, I think he gets rid of any issue that he potentially had. This knight... Okay, here or come over. Okay. What do we reckon? Roughly even here? I mean, I've got a slightly better pawn structure, but his pieces probably roughly even. This one is not great, so kind of thinking if I go here, the bishop comes back. I could go e5. I was dabbling with the concept of playing that one. Okay, so he's really blocked that out. So if I can get a knight in, I should be laughing. So let's try and facilitate that. But then he comes here. I'll come back. All right, we'll go in. Yep, normal move. Get out of the pin. Maybe come this way. And he's coming. Yeah, this is. I've played this really badly actually. Now I'm just suddenly dawns on me like, you idiot. But it's not totally tragic. It's just a little bit depressing. Not totally tragic as of yet. It's getting a bit tragic if he comes in here with a rook. Ah. Okay, what to do? What to do? His knight is so strong. So we have to keep attacking things. Yeah, I know my time's a little bit shite. But I can't see any way out of that one. Bum 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 bum. Just about holding at the moment. When I say holding, I think I'm doing fine at the moment. And at the moment can change quickly though. Be better for me now. That's one hell of a pawn. Bum, 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 bum. Seems to have clarified somewhat here, and it'll be hard not to win this one. That is famous last words. Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on, son. Yeah. Get in there. Whew. That felt right. We kept our nerve for a change. Don't normally keep our nerve like that. So, wow. It's nice to keep the nerve. It feels good. Feels good. And I'm sure I'm worse, but it's not. Okay, so when it was getting a bit uncomfortable when he got his rook in. But it wasn't ever that bad, was it? I don't think. Could be wrong. I mean, around about here, it was starting to get a bit unpleasant. That queen exchange annoyed me. Okay, well, we don't have time to look at that one because we're straight in with the next one, and we're going for 2 out of 2. So if we can get 2 out of 2, you never know. Miracles may happen. We got another black, but if we can win with the Dutch again, we can have a white in the last round for 8 points, which should be amazing. I'm going to play the G6 system. It's the most dangerous system that you can play in this position. He's going quite positional, fair enough. He can do that if he so wishes. And Do we now try to avoid some exchanges, or do we allow them? Okay, let's go here. Let's try to avoid some exchanges. Keep it complicated. And well, very risky what I'm doing, right? Very risky what I'm doing. Is this pawn just going to be lost here? Maybe. Somehow don't like this move, but we'll play it. Just I've got a lot of holes in the position, and I'll say yeah, we're going to Dutch him up. Let's Dutch him up. Let's Dutch him up. We'll try. Do I play a Leningrad variation? I do. Okay, well, very occasionally, but I like the classical Dutch generally so much that I just don't play anything else. Now, the reason this is risky, it's just like there's a lot of holes, and to watch out for this. But okay. I'm very want to bring this around because it holds the center a bit more, but I'm a little bit worried that something's going to happen where I lose a pawn on this diagonal, but you can't do that now because the knight takes d2. So I want to now if I play here and try to start having some of my own fun, because he's having quite a lot of fun so far. I've got to kill that bishop, or try to kill it. And if rook c1 here takes. Do I have a choice? Maybe I have to play this, whether it's good or bad. So takes. Bishop comes back then. So takes, knight in, bishop a6. This is the key line, right? But my light square. Okay, I'm gonna. If I take that, I don't like it. But maybe it's even okay there. Decisions to be made here. This is more risky. Knight here, bishop here. Okay, let's try it. He's got check on b3. Shit, and knight f7. Ah, fuck. Forgot about this check, but okay, takes. And it's a very complicated position because I've still got ideas of my own here. And could I play that? If I play that last move, he takes there, but maybe I should just have to do it. Now this one, I do have this. My king is really exposed though, so I think I should. Then he comes and takes this. Taking here just feels so dodgy. Okay. It's a very hanging everything hanging everywhere. Rook takes here. Maybe I go bishop b7. Knight takes. I take there. Rook takes here. And then his rook retreats. I don't know. But also, of course, I'm planning to take here, so rook takes, I take there, but I don't know if I play this first. Bishop doesn't have many good squares. It's a good move. Something went a bit wrong in this game. I can't consider that, can I? No, I have to just give this one up. It's a bad piece. We don't want that one. Now we really need to find a way to create some counterplay. But here, takes here, take here. He's got bishop here, check. Takes, check. Ugh. Bishop c7. Rook here. So we're 2 pawns down. That's the bad news. Oh, well, we're more than 2 pawns down. Okay. I have to start going into a bit of overdrive. It's a little bit complex because I was saying and then missing his move there. Knight takes, bishop takes f2 check. So it is a little bit complex. I'm only 1 pawn down, but I'm getting some chances. Rook takes, rook e1 is mate. It's getting some chances. My bishop's very good. I know I'm a pawn down, but I'm very active. I'm very, very active here. And that activity should be worth something. It's got rid of my bishop. Annoying. Annoying move. Fuck. Ah, I missed that one. Ah, okay. Well played, sir. Oh, wah. Yeah, I was kind of getting just about back into that after having smelly position, but around about here it's kind of looking like, oh, you know, some chances, but it was a pawn at the end of the day. Do I have anything else? It's probably always too much material down, and he did finish this off very nicely, didn't he? He did finish it off at the end. Well, it has to be said, it wasn't so easy for him to win, but it'd gone wrong, and what I should be doing is around about here. I think you this is a bit too much throwing the knight in. But let's see here. Still quite interesting. I don't mind that g5 move. But maybe just a normal stone wall move, like c6. Get the stone wall. Try to get the stone wall. This move was very ambitious because I want to get the knight around here, but it was still kind of interesting. But rook c1, and I think my position is actually quite bad. I think I should be playing the c6 move, yeah. The computer says c5, but it also gives it as a problem. And I didn't get many chances after that. I didn't get many chances. So the way to do this is, of course, play this move first, yeah, to stop that. And we're actually quite rock solid. And even in here, again, I sort of use a combination of what the computer says and what I kind of know. And even here, if the computer's giving bishop e2 as the best move, well, clearly I'm doing okay with something like that, because what is that move trying to achieve? And the computer doesn't like the Stonewall Dutch anyway, but I think I would just be able to develop, right? And this should be fine. But is there another way to play this? And I don't know why. I also, I do doubt myself sometimes, because in my chessball course against the London system, I give bishop d6, but I never play bishop d6. Okay, last game, thankfully. We're nearly there. Let's finish with an e4. Let's see if we can get to 7 points, which would not be too bad. I didn't even get a chance to rage quit today, which is a little bit disappointing. Let's play a3. It's a fun move to play. And we'll try to... Should we go b4 now? Or should we start playing on the light squares? Let's just play on the light squares. He's got a big hole. We don't need to sack a pawn. And I want to play f4, so can we do it now? Why not? Go into a slightly King's Gambit type of position. He's playing very quick. But even if I take here, I keep my light square bishop, yeah? Well, okay, but it's also tempting just to put it somewhere safe. I do like both my bishops, so I don't want to exchange it off quite yet. I like keeping the tension. I don't think this is too positional. So I don't think you have to worry about that, sir. Okay, now we'll go here. We need to develop. We're not worried about a pawn. I mean, if he takes that, he's going to be mad. Who in their right minds grabs a pawn like that? I know he's going to do it now. But I'm just doing normal things. I'm just going to get castled, and then we're going to go... Oh, my words. What a bloody loony. Talk about a hot potato of a pawn. That can't be right. You can't do such things like this. This is not legal. You should be locked up. Now, you just can't. You can't play moves like that. I'm sorry. It's just not allowed. Okay. Now let's just try to trap that queen, because it deserves to be trapped. It deserves to be trapped. But how on earth do we trap it? Then he comes out this way. That queen deserves punishment. Bishop here. Really doesn't deserve to survive. Here takes, knight takes. Does that work? He's going to take here, I see. So we go... I'm trying to trap this bloody queen of his. Maybe I should just like not bother trapping the queen but try to win the game. It's a bit greedy trying to trap a queen. It's a bit greedy, isn't it? I mean, why am I trying to trap a queen? Should I not be trying to like... Well, why was I this greedy in my life? Never. But we are getting ready to trap the queen. Rook A2. What a pawn to take. What a pawn. I mean, okay, so Rook A2. I don't know how he gets out of this. I'm not going to worry about it because he's got to solve that issue. It's not something I have to concern myself with, thankfully. I mean, if he goes C4, maybe I can even just take it. If he takes on E2, I think I'd take with the king. Because... yeah, I'll take with the king. Let's be more confident, because I want to keep my knight here. It does a good job. And Rook A2 is still an issue. If he goes here, I still take it. Maybe he can get out with just a piece, yeah? If he goes here, maybe I should just be playing Rook A2 and just trying to win the queen. And then he takes here, check. And then I take. His queen is still trapped, lock and key. So C4, probably just Rook A2 straight away is the right move to do here. So I don't know how he's stopping us at the moment. Rook A2 probably against nearly any move. I mean, if he takes here, takes here, Rook A2. If he takes here, Rook A2. Everything. Rook A2 against everything. Every damn thing. You can't, look mate, you can't go grabbing pawns like that. It's just not what chess is about, grabbing a pawn like that. It's very risky, my friend. Very, very risky. Oh, he's found a way. He's found a move. He's found a good move. Check. Okay. He's found it. He's okay, now where do I go? Get out the way. Get out of trouble. Go here. Okay. Have we trapped his queen? I think we got it. We got his queen. And now it just comes down to me not being a plonker like I usually am and winning this game, because I am a well-known plonker at winning games. So I'm going to try stopping castling first, because have I done something very plonkerish? No, I can take here. I was thinking if I go there I might get in a bit of trouble. Are we still being a plonker? No, we're avoiding plonkerism so far. We're still avoiding plonkerisms, okay. Oof, don't plonk this, Si. I didn't quite plonk it. Plonk that in your pipe and plonk it. Well, I mean, I think it was just a little bit risky of him to take that pawn, wasn't it? It was a little bit overkill. Good Motorhead song, that, by the way. I mean, let's go back here. So I guess my position is quite nice here, because I'm going to castle. I'm not worried about any check because I go d4. And when I castle, my pieces are looking good. My bishop looks good. My other bishop looks good. But whoa, look at this. Look at this move. He grabs the pawn. What a cowboy. What a cowboy. You're a cowboy. Down, 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 down. You're a cowboy. And here I did go for a greedy move, and I don't normally play greedy, but I don't think the computer's going to find a way out, because the computer gives it as +4 point. Let's have a look. So we follow the computer's top move. We follow the computer's top move. And now I play the computer's second best move, but it's still +4. So it's all right. And it's winning, isn't it? It's just winning. It's just winning. It's just winning. There's nothing to concern ourselves about there. Okay, well, look, thank you all for tuning in. I'm gonna it's 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock here. I'm going to have a little break and then go and hit the gym, believe it or not, if I can be bothered. I mean, a glass of wine does sound very tempting as well, doesn't it? A glass of wine always sounds extremely tempting. Extremely tempting. Now, we will go and raid a friend of mine that I met over in Iceland. She is Icelandic herself. And you all have a fantastic glass of wine at the gym. Yeah, that would be the way to rock and roll, yeah? You all have a great time. Do remember the Jabalva London next course is coming out soon. It's coming out in about a week's time. So just keep an eye on gingergym.com for that. And thank you for tuning in. You guys have been great. Make sure you follow the channel. If you want to support me, go and buy something from the Ginger Gym shop or whatever you can do. And I'll see you at the 4NCL. Yeah, I will do. This coming weekend, Lawrence. Look forward to seeing you there Friday. Bye for now. Cheers.